Blackpool starts from the tower. 7 miles of golden sand and 3 piers. That's what you see from 500 feet up. Down below, it's just like Brighton. You go away for a holiday in the fresh air, away from the crowd, and the place is so packed you can hardly breathe. Now let's get down to the sea. And here's where Blackpool shows that it moves with the times, has everything laid on for comfort. Never a splash lady from ship to shore. Yes, that's enterprise, in Blackpool, where fun is almost everybody's business. There's money in everything. They even give it away just to attract the customers. The sea and the spirit of the seaside, yes, that's free too, with health and laughter and sunshine thrown in for good measure.
And variety, that well-known spice of life, is life itself to this heady, brash, frequently vulgar, but always entertaining resort of the Northwest. The cost of all this to the town is staggering, of course. This year, well over £1 million, steadily getting heavier as the lights burn lighter. But Blackpool's flourishing economy is the final answer to that problem.
Despite Blackpool still being named the Vegas of the North, things have changed. A town that was once a thriving, busy tourist heaven has slowly faded away to what the mainstream media describe as a forgotten town. The main beachfront was once a chaotic, jam-packed tourist attraction with thousands of people visiting from across the UK and beyond. Now, the town has been faced with many critiques about facilitating only stag and hen parties, a town that is filled with troublesome teens and lots of crime. My example for this video highlights the issue of homelessness here in Blackpool and how influential the media sphere is for shaping attitudes today. Within her book Revolting Subjects, Imogen Tyler refers to Krauss's idea that those forces that strip people of their human dignity and reproduce them as dehumanised waste, the disposable dregs and refuse of social life, is what is known as social abjection. Some viewers may find this next clip distressing. The clip highlights attitudes towards the homeless. This particular example was posted to YouTube and this event took place in Blackpool. We need to ask ourselves, who influences this kind of behaviour and who holds such power?
Go on, kick him up the arse. Push him over.
No, don't.
What's happened to him?
He's just begging. It's a new beggar.
Well, people think of him as disgusting, they're a waste of time.
This is Aaron. He gave me permission to film to show the living conditions he is subjected to. While chatting to Aaron, I witnessed a couple walk past him, and upon Aaron asking for spare change, the couple shouted abuse at him. I did not have the camera to hand at this point. Why do people act this way? Who shapes these beliefs and ideas? Aaron went on to tell me that he had struggled getting into work due to his appearance and lack of experience, not to mention the fact that he had no roof above his head. He said he felt as though the employers were laughing at him. Imogen Tyler discussed the idea of blame and shame within Revolting Subjects. It was by stigmatising and blaming the deficient subjectivities of the workless that New Labour was able to reconfigure poverty as a matter of choice and champion hard-working families in place of the working poor.
Probably just want to spit on you or something like that. Because they just ignore you, don't
So you've not got nowhere to live, have you? Got no stability.
They look at people and think that if they hear the word homeless, then they think of them as drug addicts, alcoholics, that they brought it all on themselves.
The media reuse and recycle dominant ideologies that we know of today by relating to groups who are deemed as the outcasts of society, creating stereotypes that lead to internalisation and struggle for the homeless. Jost and Bernardi describe stereotyping as separating people into roles, classes, positions or statuses because such arrangements tend to be explained and perceived as justifiable by those who participate in them.
So this is Michael. Michael's been homeless. He's a rough sleeper. He don't mind if I come on here and tell his story, because we need to get this out there, don't we? What's going on with people? What is really happening on the streets? Go on then, Michael. Just tell us what's happened.
Lost my partner in February after 5 years together. Her own daughter and son kicked me out. I've had other places, but I didn't like it. People like taking drugs and that. So I met a new girl and she kicked me out again. And that's why I'm back on the streets.
So have you been to the council?
I'm not eligible for housing.
You're not eligible for housing?
No.
Why? Why is that, Michael?
Apparently, if you've been here for 4 years, you've got what they call connections.
Right, and you haven't got any local connections?
Well, I've been here 4 years.
And you're still not getting any help?
No.
When was the last time you went to Housing Options?
Quite a few months ago now. Because I'm not over 60, right. They can't help you.
We gotta do something about these homeless, man. Get them off the street. They're eyesores. Don't you hate it when you're pulling up the intersection and they're right there? You see them, you're driving up, you try to avoid them. Like, oh, don't look at them, don't look at them, don't look at them, don't look at them, don't look at them. No eye contact, don't look at them, don't look at them, close your eyes. I hate those guys. There's one guy, he was sitting on his butt doing nothing, just sitting there doing nothing. Can you spare $1? I got some change, can you spare $1? And I'm thinking, for free? Screw you, do a trick first, do something. Tell a joke, play some spoons, make me laugh. For free? I work hard for my money for free?
One of our most read stories recently was an FT Weekend magazine piece about the northern English coastal town of Blackpool that's become a bit of a symbol of places that have been left behind by economic change.
Broadcast media aren't the only ones to blame. Print media headlines are massively to blame when it comes to reproducing social norms. As you can see, I've collated various examples of media exaggeration, and I've also included some background information on the treatment of the homeless. The next part of the clip contains gruesome imagery of homeless Blackpool resident Igor Giachi, who was beaten to a pulp by teenagers on the Blackpool seafront.
Actually, a lot of people live in these places, and there are a lot of people there who are trying to make their lives better, and what they need is a bit of support from national and local government.
Being poisoned in many ways. I'm not trying to say completely, literally poisoned, but if you look at the mental health that they're blasting onto us, if you look at the way that they teach us and educate us and stuff like that, it doesn't matter. Same with free education. It's like, I don't care if everyone goes to school. What are they teaching in the schools? You know, what's the content of the schools? Because if everyone goes to these schools and gets brainwashed and indoctrinated, then who cares? So it's the same thing with homelessness to me. I don't think it's a money thing, because if you could throw all the money at these homeless people, it's never going to solve the problem. First, we need to look at the truth.